Hi there, this is Jeff, and I'm going to go over how to get the artwork ready for the 15-foot diameter by 4-foot tall circle trade show hanging sign. And so to start out with, what I'm going to do is just drag the template into Photoshop. Now you can use Illustrator as well, I just prefer Photoshop. But it's important to note that this is actually a full-size template. And so what I recommend doing is actually designing literally right on top of this template. So that way you know your position and the sizing is already done for you. Just make sure to keep the template as its own separate layer on the right hand side here, because when you're all done, you're actually going to just drag it and delete it and just be left with your artwork. But to take a closer look at the template itself, as I zoom in here, you'll notice there's couple different colors here. There's the dark blue that goes all the way around the outside. That's actually your bleed. So you want to go ahead and have the background extend all the way into the bleed. It's just you don't want any of the important information like logos or text or anything like that to be close to the edges in the bleed. You want to make sure that the logos and anything important stays within this yellow area. So that is the safe zone, is this yellow box here. So this actually represents the hanging sign going all the way around, so just wrapping all the way around the outside. And you will also want to use the same template for the inside as well. So if you're doing a double-sided print, use the same template for the outside and the inside. So now what I want to do is I want to show you an example of one that fits the template really well here, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so here is a simple example of some artwork that already fits the template really well. And you can see here is a logo, and essentially this gets repeated 3 times going all the way around, which is pretty common for a circle. Usually it's going to be about 3, maybe 4 times for a logo going all the way around. A lot of times it depends on the proportion of your logo as well, and just whatever fits right. But that being said, let me move on and show you the template underneath. If I go over to the artwork layer and I right click on it and I go to blending options, I can actually move the opacity down and you can see the template right underneath it. So this way I can check position, I know that the logo isn't too close to the edge, etc. And once I know that everything looks good there, I can go ahead and cancel out. At this point, what you want to do is you want to check the resolution. You want to just make sure that the artwork looks good, that nothing is pixelated, and the way that you do that is you press Control and plus, or if you're using a Mac, Command and plus, and you just zoom all the way in until about 1 inch equals 1 inch in real life. So here on my screen, here's the ruler bar, and you can see this is in inches. And I can see that this is about 1 inch in real life, 281, 282. So this actually shows what it looks like at 100% size and how it will actually print out. And then I can use the navigator tool here where I can just kind of comb around and make sure that there's no pixelation. Everything looks sharp, colors are good, etc. So once you're done, press Control and minus or Command and minus and zoom all the way back out. And at this point, what you want to do is you want to save a copy of your working layered file. So if you need to make any changes to it now or in the future, you can. And you just want to make sure that you have the file where you can edit it and go back in. So this is a good opportunity to do that. Once you've done that, you're ready to go ahead and save the final version that you'll use to upload that will eventually be printed. And what you can do is, since you don't need the template anymore, you can actually just highlight it or click on it on the layers and just drag it into the trash can. Now you're just left with your finished artwork, and to go ahead and flatten it, you just go to Layer and click Flatten Image. And that actually just compresses everything together. It's your final document. It's everything that you need. It'll make it a more manageable file to upload and to save, really. So now you go to File and Save As. And if it lets you save it as a PDF, that'll be great. Just make sure it's a high resolution PDF. Otherwise, you're fine saving it as a PSB file, which is just a large Photoshop document file. And that one will print just fine. So that's it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. And thanks a lot.